Gene modification is the process of altering genetic makeup in an organism. Modern biotechnology has made it easier and faster to target a specific gene for more precise alteration of the organism through genetic engineering. There have been many breakthroughs, one of which is CRISPR. CRISPR is a form of genetic modification that allows a swift and revolutionary version of modification which is inexpensive and effective. Gene modification has the potential to lower health costs and cure incurable diseases. But there are many advantages and disadvantages, the first of which will be presented by Evie.
I'm Evangeline Martin, the head of the National Human Research Ethical Conduct Committee, and today I will be discussing the pros and cons surrounding the accessibility of CRISPR. Gene modification has recently become very accessible to the general population. This can be both a good thing and a bad thing. Allowing the whole population to access gene editing techniques such as CRISPR could be revolutionary in the scientific world. It would open up the opportunity for everyone to be well informed and practiced in how to safely modify their genes to eradicate disease. The benefits both to the individual, global and healthcare systems will be immeasurable. This is why many people, such as Dr. Josiah Zania, believe that the research on CRISPR should continue so that the DIY CRISPR kits can be quickly dispatched for general use to better the science surrounding CRISPR. Currently, you can buy a CRISPR kit for only $169. This leads society to question whether, especially at this stage in research, CRISPR is too accessible. If the general population can access this method of gene editing at such a low price, what's to stop it from getting into the wrong hands? This technology can become dangerous if used without knowledge of what you're actually doing. With such little research done on this topic, it's hard to tell what could go wrong.
Thank you for that great insight, Evie. I would now like to introduce the head of Australian Military Sciences, Edward Bentley.
In gene modification, it is possible to modify the human body to not get diseases, but also not obtain something such as frostbite. Frostbite is an injury caused by freezing of the skin and underlying tissues. If we are able to alternate the human body to not get frostbite, then is this a bad idea? Changing the human body is obviously a great idea to employ everywhere on Earth, but think about the cost it might have. There could be a chance that some organizations, such as ISIS, might overuse this product and simply use it to make their own super soldiers. A news article published the 4th of December 2020 by Biospace and written by Alex Keown states that a US government official claims that China is using CRISPR to create super soldiers. The Chinese government is attempting to enhance the capabilities of soldiers, effectively having the ability as humans to completely change how the body works. Making super soldiers could be a great idea as it could save hundreds of thousands of lives, but could also take millions.
Very interesting. Thank you, Edward. There are many ways of thinking about CRISPR's technology. It can improve many people's lives, but also make them very harsh. CRISPR and other gene editing hardware will be able to lower health costs dramatically without the expense of vaccines, hospital bills, and maybe even health insurance. Worrying about money would not be an issue. As Evie talked about previously, CRISPR runs at a low price of $169. But with the reduced spending on healthcare, health and pharmaceutical companies would be obliged to make money and hence could start patenting different genes. This would mean people with life-threatening diseases would have to pay to be cured, also meaning that corporations gain more control over people. I will now pass you back on to Evie to discuss our team's opinion.
Our opinion. As a group, we have come to the conclusion that, after more research into how safe and effective it is, CRISPR should be allowed. With such a revolutionary technology as this, it would be a waste and a loss to this world if we didn't utilise it. However, we do not agree with making this technology accessible to everyone. We believe that there should be certain restrictions in place when it comes to a decision as momentous as this. CRISPR could be used for so much good in the world. We just have to ensure that it doesn't fall into the wrong hands of people who would abuse the right to use this incredible technology.
In conclusion, gene modification has many advantages and disadvantages. To recap what we have been talking about today, we believe that gene modification should go forth with some limitations. Giving the ability to alternate the human body can have many failures, but us as human beings can create a better human.